Not surprisingly, costs have gone up since our last projection several years ago.
To say costs have gone up is putting it lightly. Now at 8, how many more billions of dollars project leaders say the new interstate bridge will now cost coming up?
Plus, as the partial government shutdown drags on, PDX is accepting donations to support TSA agents working without pay. The items they're asking for and where to find the donation bins ahead in the live report.
If people can't be quiet and have to ask people to be removed.
Yet another spicy city council meeting as councilors discuss banning law enforcement from wearing face coverings. How much pull city council actually has on the issue coming up as your news at sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 8 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday morning. Rod Hill, Chris McGinnis, standing by with a look at the weather and traffic. And Rod, if you play your cards right, you could get $5 from me.
That's right. Well, I needed to hit 70 today, is
right.
that right?
That's right.
It's at least in the realm of possibility. All right, good morning to you. We are watching some rain. This is just clipping Astoria, and there may be some traces of rain this morning up around Kelso Longview. But all of this is going to continue pushing up to the north. So no rain chance in Portland or Salem today, and eventually a dry day coming for you folks up north of the Columbia River as well. Here's the Salem sky camera. Of course, the cherry blossom stealing the show there this morning with some morning sunshine and 44 degrees. It's really pretty. There's Mount Hope and Rose City camera. Partly cloudy skies over the city this morning. A very comfortable 51 degrees, 56 at noon. I've got a 67 at 5 p.m. Right now, modeling shows by the time you get near to south of Salem, Albany, Corvallis, Eugene, 70-degree temperatures will match the ones we saw on Monday in some cases. Back to you, Chris.
Did Matthew specify that 70 needs to be at PDX?
No, he didn't.
Technicality.
Thank you.
No, too late. All right. Let's go ahead and pick up the drive right now in North Portland. It looks like we might have some new trouble here on I-5 southbound right near the Expo Center or just south of. I'm not sure if we've got a disabled vehicle or something in there that's got hard to see here. It looks like maybe that left lane is blocked. In any event, your trip from Clark County now is averaging between 18 and 20 minutes to get you from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Over in southeast Portland, specifically in the South Tabor neighborhood, we had an early morning crash where it looks like a car took out a utility pole and some down lines on Southeast Division. Division's still blocked right now near 60th. This was a snapshot of the closure from up at 60th and Lincoln. So it appears that 60th is also blocked between Lincoln and Division right now. So your workaround again for that closure, likely Powell Boulevard. I can tell you that TriMet's FX2 line, the high-speed line on Division, is not serving stops right now between 52nd and Southeast 71st due to those down lines. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. As the partial federal government shutdown continues, some TSA workers are still showing up to work without pay.
Yeah, and here at home, there is a way to support them. Donation bins are now set up at PDX to help those workers get through this tough stretch. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson is live at PDX this morning. Corey, so how can people help out?
Yeah, good morning, Matthew, China. It's very simple if you want to help. Donation bins just like this one have been set up in the main terminal near the stadium stairs here at PDX for those who would like to help. And as we mentioned, hundreds of TSA officers really across the country, including here at PDX, working without pay currently during that partial government shutdown. And so as far as donations are concerned, they're collecting non-perishable food items, including canned goods, snacks, rice, and pasta, along with household essentials like soap, detergent, and toothpaste. Now, gift cards, $25 or less for groceries or gas, are also being accepted, but they're not taking things like cash, clothing, or large household items. The impacts of the shutdown are being felt more in other areas also. Now, TSA saying some smaller airports may have to stop serving commercial flights and passengers as the agency is stretched to its limits. And some larger airports still facing hours-long security lines.
A lot of them are not calling out because they're wanting to call out. A lot of them are calling out because they can't afford the gas to come to work.
It's not hyperbole to suggest that we may have to quite literally shut down airports.
Now, airport officials say donations like these really go a long way. So far this morning, many people donating, including it looks like we've got some pasta here, some canned goods, even a Walmart gift card. And remember, those need to be $25 or less. We spoke with two people who brought some donations this morning. They said they were watching our coverage, KGW, earlier in the day, and before they came to the airport, they remembered to bring their goods. So something to keep in mind. It can go a long way. And for those who are traveling through PDX, airport officials say wait times remain normal currently. Matthew, China.
Our Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. Corey, thank you very much. Meanwhile, we have breaking news just into our newsroom. A new audit found that the city of Portland has not consistently delivered on promises related to the city's arts and education fund.
So if you live in Portland, you're probably aware of the $35 arts tax that you have to pay each year. Now that tax was approved by voters back in 2012 and is meant to pay for things like arts teachers and give grants to art organizations. The audit found the tax generates over $11 million annually, totaling about $146 million by the 2024-25 fiscal year. But despite all that, grant funds have shrunk because they split money with school districts, which are facing rising costs. The tax also isn't adjusted for inflation. So there is a lot more to this audit. We'll have a full deep dive into it coming out later today on KGW.com. All right, now to new developments in the Interstate Bridge project, where we have learned just how much a replacement bridge is going to cost now.
Yeah, the total price tag has gone up significantly since first discussions began. The updated official cost is now more than $14 billion, with the new completion date pushed all the way back to 2045. Compare that to an initial estimate of just $3.4 billion in 2013. It was then updated in 2023 to $6 billion, but leaders say a replacement has to happen now amid growing safety concerns, warning that delaying any longer will only make the costs go up more.
It's outdated, it's vulnerable to earthquakes, and it was built on timber pilings down in the sand. We like to say it's like pretzels and chocolate pudding.
Now that we have the green light to begin the next stages of the bridge, there's no time to waste.
The plan is to replace both spans off the bridge, rework some interchanges, add some bridges to access Hayden Island, and extend the light rail into Vancouver. Right now, construction is set to begin in 2028.
New this morning, the WNBA and its players union have reached a tentative agreement on a new collective bargaining deal after more than a week of intense negotiations. The deal is expected to significantly boost player pay, with some players projected to earn more than $1 million for the first time. Officials say the agreement will also tie salaries more closely to league revenue as the WNBA continues to see record growth in attendance and viewership. Both sides still need to finalize details in the coming weeks, with the final approval required from players and team owners. As of now, the league's 30th season is still expected to tip off on time in May, and an expansion draft will need to be held for new teams like the Portland Fire.
If people can't be quiet and have to ask people to be removed, please.
Tensions are high at a Portland City Council hearing last night as leaders discussed banning law enforcement from wearing face coverings. Now, opponents are mad that this ordinance doesn't apply to federal officers like immigration agents, but city councilors don't have the authority to do that. The goal here is to help people tell local police from federal agents. There was no vote last night. And keep in mind, both Oregon and Washington state lawmakers approved their own legislation that does prevent ICE officers from wearing masks.
Well, how far would you go to get a slice of cake?
Not super far. Some people in Taiwan are fighting each other all for a piece of the viral Dubai chocolate cake. Reporter Will Ripley has that story.
Watch what happens when the doors open at a shopping mall in Taiwan. People sprinting inside, all trying to get in line for a cake. Lady M's limited edition Dubai chocolate millet crepe cake, to be precise. At some locations, customers say the line started hours before stores even opened. Trying a slice has gone viral here in Taiwan, but not everyone is racing for a taste. Check out nearby Hong Kong. The same cake is shown on shelves with no line at all.
I didn't even know what Dubai cake was until
chocolate.
Dubai chocolate, yeah, until about 3 days ago.
Rod, you know what it is?
I've had it. It has like some pistachio in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's such a thing as authentic or not authentic, but I've had what was sold as that. And
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but honestly, if you put a Hershey's bar with almonds on this side of the table and the Dubai chocolate, I'm going for the Hershey's bar every single time.
Oh, well.
Hershey's bar.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
My goodness.
Even that Nestle's Crunch with the rice in it. Can't go wrong. Here's a look at our Timberline Lodge camera with the blue sky over the summit there. Beautiful morning, 42. Timberline hit 50 yesterday. It will be at least mid-50s at pass level today, and obviously you're getting some sun. So sunscreen and don't overdress. Freezing levels sitting at least at 9,000 feet and maybe above that on the mountain, meaning you'd have to go up to at least 9,000 feet before you get to freezing up on Mount Hood today. All right, here's a pretty shot, the West Hills and the buildings behind Providence Park being illuminated by the early morning sunshine. All systems go for a day today very similar to Monday. Think about Monday. Most people loved it, I think. 51 in Trout. Everybody from the Dalles down through Bend and Sun River in the 70s. Everybody generally south of Salem in the 70s. This shows Albany 69 at 5 o'clock, but likely hitting 70. Salem, you'll be right there. And I think Portland's at least somewhere between 66 and 67 this afternoon. No rain chance at all by the time we get into the PM hours. You've had some rain just kind of nipping up around Astoria and even Calais County this morning. 67. 63 tomorrow, maybe warmer tomorrow. I've got a shower chance, but we could be completely dry. Some passing rain on Friday. Spring begins Friday morning at 7:46, and then a dry weekend. I think my work here is done, Chris.
Well, okay then. Don't pass the boss on your way out, right? Let's go ahead and check out the drive right now in North Portland. We've got some new trouble up near the Expo Center. So ODOT reporting a disabled vehicle here. The southbound left lane is blocked, so we're getting a little extra thick there. I have another disabled vehicle, eastbound 84. It's right underneath the 53rd Avenue overpass, it appears here, so we can't see it, but the drive is, oh no, I take that back. There it is. It's been moved over to the right shoulder, but there's some local slowing getting around that. Back to that North Portland situation again, near the Expo Centers where that southbound hang-up is. You get around that and then the speed picks up. Right now you're driving from Main Street, about 18 minutes or so on I-5 South. We are still focused on this as well. A bad early morning crash on Southeast Division and 60th. The car took out a couple of utility poles. No word on the injuries at this point. Portland police are still working to confirm the folks involved with that crash. However, there are downlines in the area. There is a local power outage and Southeast Division is closed right now in that vicinity. So Powell Boulevard is probably one of your best workarounds for that. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Hey, after the break, many people spotted this dazzling meteor streaking across the sky in central U.S. How NASA is explaining this ahead. And later at 8:30, President Donald Trump is responding after Joe Kent announced that he's resigning as director of the National Counterterrorism Center.
I'm Matthew Herchick, new morning anchor at KGW. I'm a huge sports fan, and I know I might be from the Buckeye State, but I'm excited to explore what the Rose City has to offer. I want to make sure you're prepared for the day, whether it's bringing you breaking news or sharing those inspirational stories that make you smile. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Portland's #1 streaming newscast, Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Well, a loud boom and a fireball in the sky startled people across parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania yesterday.
A video shows the bright streak moving across the sky, and some people also reporting their homes were shaking. NBC's Sam Brock looks into the cause.
Meteoric levels of confusion in Cleveland after a loud boom rang through the region, frightening the pets in this person's backyard and stopping drivers in their tracks.
Whoa, what the was that?
The fireball also spotted as far away as Pittsburgh, streaking through the sky.
Anyone that's in Northeast Ohio, did you hear the loud boom?
It sounded like a freaking bomb went off in the Cleveland area.
NASA says it was a meteor fracturing into small pieces when an asteroid nearly 6 feet in diameter and weighing around 7 tons entered the atmosphere.
The ground beneath my feet was no longer stable.
Ralph Harvey studies planetary materials like these at Case Western Reserve in Ohio.
We're just basically talking about space debris
Yeah.
that's falling into the Earth's atmosphere, right? Why don't we hear about this kind of thing more?
Well, the main reason is it's actually more common than most people think. What's different about this one is it came during daylight hours right over a major metropolitan area.
So it turns out,
What are we, dinosaurs?
it's nothing prehistoric or even life-threatening.
There is a huge comet headed towards Earth.
Just a fiery moment shaking up some shocked Ohioans. Sam Brock, NBC News.
That is some of the best video clips, to the point of the story, daytime video shot of a meteor in the sky. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, usually when we have it on our newscast, it's like we have to slow it down and zoom
Yeah,
in and put an arrow. So that was pretty cool.
I don't know that I would have known it was a meteor if I saw that video, or if I was just driving along and.
Okay, what were you thinking? What possibilities, Matthew? What was it?
I don't know. Would you? What was that? Jeez.
Airline losing baggage accidentally, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't
UFO.
know.
I don't know. I would have been freaked out.
The sound would be
Yeah.
something to hear, that's for sure. Hey, one of the stories nationally continues to be the temperatures. These are current numbers. We are starting to moderate greatly the really cold air that came down across the Midwest, still lingering Great Lakes and much of the east. Atlanta's 44 right now. Cleveland's in the mid-20s, Chicago 27. These are current temps, so it's 11 o'clock in the morning back there. So temperatures are starting to moderate out. And then the other big story, temperature-wise, is the heat out across parts of the West. So these are temperature projections, our local time at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Phoenix up to 100, Vegas 92, Reno 80, LA 80. So if you're traveling anywhere down into California, San Francisco 79, down into Arizona, have your shorts. It's going to be a warm one today. All right, what are we watching? We're still watching that same stream of moisture that we've been watching go north and south, just kind of waffling. Today, the waffle is back up to the north. Now, we've had a little bit of rain clip Long Beach and Astoria this morning, parts of Cowlitz County, but there's Seattle having a wet morning. But all of this is going to continue to lift up to the north away from us during the day. And Futurecast shows that. Here we are at 4 o'clock this afternoon. There's more rain coming into Seattle tomorrow. This is 4 o'clock Thursday. And it's at least possible that the southern edge of this comes back down at times over Astoria, maybe even into Vancouver and Portland. If we get some rain tomorrow, it would be very similar to yesterday, just kind of a dribble at some point for an hour or so in the region. And again, that's just a chance. It might stay to our north. It still looks like the likely rain this week comes in on Friday. This is Friday morning, and then here it is in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, and then later in the day. Models are really starting to downgrade how much rain we could get on Friday. So, I mean, right now, Friday could be not really an all-out rainy day, just kind of some passing rain. In fact, forecast projections on this model that at one point was going over 1/2 of an inch now shows as little as 1/10 of an inch in Portland, and that's on Friday. It does keep most of the rain up to our north from Portland. There's Astoria and Kelso each coming in at around 7/10 plus. So that's what we're tracking. The weekend behind that Friday front still looks to be dry. We're 51 now in Portland and rising, 44 in Salem, 54 over in Bend. Check out the camera at Sun River Resort this morning. There's Bachelor sticking up in the middle. Beautiful sunny day. And look at the temperatures. Madras and Bend nearing 80 and Sun River at 74. Good grief, what a warm day over in Central Oregon. How about 71 in Corvallis, 69 in Portland. We'll be in the 60s in Southwest Washington, including 64 up in Longview. Portland 67. Tomorrow 63 or warmer if the rain and thicker clouds stay to our north. Some rain passing on the first day of spring, but still 60. And then a nice dry weekend. Pretty good forecast there, Chris.
Don't hurt your shoulder and your arm too bad for patting yourself on the back there. All right, 21 minutes right now. You're southbound I-5 Drive, Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. We had some earlier trouble near the Expo Center. It looks like ODOT and their incident responders swooped in there and got that disabled vehicle out of the way. So we're in better shape on that side of town. Door number 2, switching gears, taking you over to the Banfield, eastbound 84. Another situation, looks like somebody ran out of gas or whatnot out just east of 53rd. And at last check, let's see, door number 3 is going to show us the westbound drive on westbound drive on the Banfield. You're tripping from Gateway to downtown is slow, 20 minutes or so. 25 minutes gets you in from Troutdale. Again, monitoring trouble in southeast Portland. PGE dealing with a power outage after an early morning crash near Southeast Division took out utility poles near Southeast 60th and Division. Division's still blocked at this point. Maybe Powell Boulevard, your best bet to get around that. That is also impacting the TriMet FX2 Division line right now. They're not servicing stops between 52nd and Southeast 71st. Matthew, back to you.
Chris, thank you. Well, the KGW Great Food Drive is still going on right now, and we're trying to reach our goal of providing more than 1 million meals to local people and families in need. Our partners at the Oregon Food Bank distribute to 21 regional food banks and more than 1,000 partners across Oregon and Southwest Washington. Safeway is making it easy for you to give. You can make a donation at the checkout pin pad. All week long, Pacific Foods will be matching all donations up to the first $5,000, so it's a great week to give. And for more details on how to give, you can head to kgw.com/food drive. We want to thank local Toyota dealers, Pacific Office Automation, Rivermark Community Credit Union, and Safeway for supporting this year's food drive.
Still ahead, a reported hostage situation in Salem ended with the suspect hospitalized after deputies fired shots. We'll have more details after the break.
Hi, I'm Christine Padawanich. I'm a journalist at KGW, and I love exploring Portland's amazing food scene. New spot? I'm there. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the good stuff that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
Marion County man is recovering in the hospital after being shot by sheriff's deputies at a home in Salem following what they described as a hostage situation.
State police who are investigating say a person called 911 just before 7 Tuesday morning, saying that they were being held hostage in a house on State Street. When deputies arrived, they had some sort of altercation with a 39-year-old man identified as Juan Carlos Gomez Valles. State police say that he was armed with these 2 knives. At least one deputy fired and hit the suspect, who was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. We spoke to a woman who lives across the street and heard the shot.
There's like a lot of noises, so sometimes kind of block it out until something like that, an incident like that, then being like, oh, okay, so that's probably what it was then.
So what did it sound like?
Kind of like a bang.
State police say the 2 deputies involved were both recruits with less than a year on the job. They were not hurt. And police say a suspicious device found at the Rose Quarter Max station Tuesday morning was not an explosive. This all started around 8 when transit police arrested 42-year-old Jeremy Stavinoa for violating TriMet rules. That's when police found the device that they described as cylindrical, black, and wrapped in tape. The man allegedly told deputies it had ball bearings inside, which the explosive unit later confirmed, determining it was not an explosive.
We are going to take situations like this incredibly serious due to the fact that this happened around mass transit and in close proximity to the Moda Center, where in just 48 hours, thousands of people will be congregating for basketball games.
Stavinoha now faces multiple charges.
Could the war in Iran impact how much you pay for plane tickets? Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson has more on what rising jet fuel prices mean for travelers.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
I'm China Green, a morning anchor at KGW and new dog mom to this sweet guy. Meet Barry. I love getting your mornings off to a great start, whether it's sharing stories of resilience and triumph in our community, or following breaking news from Beaverton to Gresham and everywhere in between. We've got you covered, because when news moves fast, you need a team.
Good morning, I'm China Green. In Beaverton, police are looking for potential victims of a man accused of abusing minors. That's after a Washington County grand jury indicted 26-year-old Joshua Delago on 19 criminal counts involving 9 victims. Court documents say from 2019 to this month, he would hang out near Sunset High School, provide drugs including meth and marijuana to female students, and then sexually abuse them. Anyone who has any information related to this case should contact Beaverton Police. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at your weather.
Well, behind me is just the absolutely beautiful view from the Explore Tualatin Valley Cam right over the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in Aloha. Great day to be playing, working, doing whatever outside today. 51 in Portland right now. Generally a partly sunny sky here in the North Valley, 56 degrees at noon. a high of 67, pretty similar to what we did on Monday. Shower threat tomorrow that could stay to our north. We will see some passing rain on Friday. And the first weekend of spring still looks dry. I have 57 degrees Saturday and Sunday for high temps.
Good morning. Look at these babies.
Ooh.
These tiny kittens are lucky to be alive after a worker at a waste management facility in British Columbia saved them from being put into a trash compactor.
Ooh.
He says he heard the kittens' cries and found them under a pile of cardboard that he was loading into the compactor. 2 additional kittens were found later, but all these cuties will be up for adoption soon. Oh, this sweet little baby.
Why would somebody?
Well, maybe it was a mistake and they crawled in. Hopefully they just crawled into some spot that they shouldn't
was
be.
Was it a baler or a because you pile all that cardboard? Maybe they were, I don't know, like.
Well, I know like dogs and cats, they go to like an area to have their little babies. So maybe they went there and had the babies. But
we had to tear into the wall in our garage, and as a kid we had cats, and one of the kittens had gotten in. You could hear it meowing in between the sheetrock. We had to rip the wall down. My dad did that, and then he walked out, and I remember going, "You boys fix that."
Oh.
Okay, Dad, we'll get right on that. All right, here's a look at our radar. We've got rain in Astoria up toward Chehalis right now. We've got dry weather down into Portland. This rain bullseye from generally near to north of Astoria and near to north of Longview will actually continue to push northward during the day today. So in our local area, with that moving out, the forecast will go dry for you folks, and all of the rest of us, no rain chance at all. This is gorgeous. The cherry blossoms blooming in front of the state capitol down in Salem. A lot of sun. You folks expecting a mostly sunny day. Your temperatures will near 70 this afternoon. It's 44 right now. I think I've got another camera. Yeah, this is from downtown Portland looking at the Mount Hood. A little bit of cloudiness, but generally already partly sunny out there. We think that's the way we will stay today. We're at 51. I have us, well, if it's 51 right now, 56 at noon seems like I'm not warm enough, doesn't it? 67, the expected high at 5 p.m. And check out this. Let's go to LeGrand, 74, Burns, 76. And you folks are in the 20s right now, so big warm up out there in Harney County. We've got 72 in Sun River today, nearing 70, if not reaching it in Albany, 73 in Eugene, and then well up in the 60s for Portland and Salem. Tomorrow there's a shower threat. Maybe we would either just get clipped by some rain like we did yesterday, or it would all stay to our north. We will get passing rain on Friday with a front, but maybe not that much total rain. A high of 60, spring begins, and then a dry weekend of highs in the 50s. Right now, Tuesday and then day 8 would be Wednesday. Both look to be pretty rainy. Here's Chris.
But today, wow. Yeah. All right, let's get you out the door. The I-5 drive from Clark County. It's not bad until you get into North Portland. We did have some earlier trouble near the Expo Center. That's out of the way, but 19 minutes is the commute in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Door number 3, I believe, is going to take us down to the Banfield, or over to the Banfield. There's westbound I-84. A little tight coming through the Hollywood district. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And I-5 from Capitol Highway. Your northbound drive in from Wilsonville still averaging about 31 minutes. PGE still dealing with a power outage and some down lines because of an early morning crash on Southeast 60th and Division. Division's still blocked. It's just a reminder, if you come to a dark intersection where the traffic signals aren't working, treat that like a 4-way stop. At this point, again, the TriMet Division FX2 line not making stops right now, not serving areas between 52nd and Southeast 71st due to those down lines. China, back to you.
Thank you, Chris.
And I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security.
So that is President Donald Trump's response after Joe Kent released a statement Tuesday morning resigning as director of the National Counterterrorism Center. Kent was born in Sweet Home, Oregon, and ran for Congress twice in Southwest Washington, losing both times to Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez.
Last July, he was confirmed by the Senate to serve the top security post. Yesterday, in a social media post, Kent says in part that he can't, quote, support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. The president was not thrilled about the news.
I read a statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out, because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it.
So I think, like, for someone like Joe Kent, who has served in war and seen a spouse die in conflict, that there is a real, genuine ideological commitment against these types of actions, these invasions.
According to political science professor Ben Gaskins, the public approval for the war in Iran is low, though the president's voter base remains supportive. And gas prices have taken another jump as the war in Iran continues and has been sending oil prices soaring. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas is now sitting at about $3.84. Washington is now over $5 a gallon, and Oregon is sitting at about $4.61 a gallon. And businesses that rely on deliveries are starting to feel that pinch. Flowers by Donna and Tigard says it's looking at making small cutbacks like eliminating bows and even the boxes they use to make up for what they're paying in gas.
We're trying to absorb as much cost as we can to try to keep our prices down and stay competitive. But at the end of the day, we can only absorb so much.
It's not easy, you know what I mean? The cost of everything is going up, and it's just another thing that you can add to the list of costs that we have to deal with as a small business.
Joe Biagini there is the co-owner of a pizza shop in Southwest Portland. He says to keep up with the rising cost of gas and other economic pressures, they're planning to raise delivery fees from $4 to $5. And the war in Iran could also mean higher costs for air travel soon.
Yeah, rising fuel prices tied to the war, along with staffing shortages at TSA, are creating a tough combination for travelers. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson has more on what this could mean for your next trip.
Now, this is really about rising fuel costs and just how unpredictable they've become. Jet fuel prices have surged amid the war in Iran, pushing up airline operating costs worldwide. Now, some carriers are already increasing ticket prices and adding fuel surcharges to keep up. Analysts say consumers won't just feel this at the gas pump, but also when they go to book flights, especially last-minute trips. Recent data showing airfare increasing week to week for many U.S. airlines, with some seeing significant spikes. And meanwhile, TSA staffing issues during the DHS shutdown could impact travel times. But the bigger concern right now for travelers is how high ticket prices could climb.
Well, where's the cost going to go? I mean, it's all on our heads. And now I've got to go get in a security line staffed with people who aren't even getting paid. I mean, this is crazy. And I think we need to inject some sanity into this whole thing and stop trying to blow people up that don't need to be blown up and get gas prices back to where they should be and leave us alone. How's that?
Experts say the key question right now is how long those fuel prices will remain high, because ultimately that will drive what you end up paying when you plan to fly. Back to you.
New this morning, a new long-term pop-up at PDX is launching today. Last year, Makiko Mochi Donuts was voted Portland's favorite donut in the Oregonians' Reader's Choice Awards. The donuts are naturally gluten-free, dairy-free, and nut-free, and will be available for next year at PDX before you go through TSA.
We're really excited to be able to sort of show what we can do to a broader community. You know, there's so many international people coming through here and people from all over the states. Like, I think we've become sort of beloved in Portland, which is great, and now we get the chance to show that to everybody else.
They have tons of unique flavors to choose from, including ube, matcha, black sesame with jam, and funfetti. The shop has earned a year-long residency at PDX, so there will be a lot of time to try them. And they open up bright and early at 5 a.m., perfect for those early morning flights.
8:38, time to get over to Chris for a look at the traffic.
And the drive this morning, not that bad for us. Actually, it's been relatively good shape for most part. Here's a look at the freeway commute through North Portland. I-5 southbound near the Expo Center. Still running a little thick, but we can do a lot worse than this for this hour of a Wednesday morning commute. Right now, you're tripping from Clark County, averaging about 18 minutes from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Elsewhere on the system, door number 4 takes us down to the south side of town, southwest Portland. I-5 near Capitol Highway, slow and steady northbound up into the Twilliger curves. You're tripping from Wilsonville about 30 minutes and just shy of 30 on the inbound Sunset. Maybe a little sun glare right in the driver's eye. That's a nice problem to have, I guess, on a Wednesday morning. Guys, back to you.
Chris, thank you. Well, it's a hometown nonprofit that's grown into one of the world's leading humanitarian agencies responding to national disasters and global crises. Now Mercy Corps is introducing its new identity. Just ahead, we're hearing from the nonprofit's Chief Development Officer about why Mercy Corps is changing its name and evolving its identity.
Hey everybody, here at ShopTVDeals.com, we love to bring you products out there that are actually going to make your life better. Let's keep it real. All of us have our entire lives on the phone these days. All those videos, all those photos, all of those memories, and you don't want to lose it because of a lost phone or a storage issue. So check this out. A small but mighty device, the Click Free Pro. It's so easy to use. Let me show you what to do. First, you download an app on the phone. Just takes a minute or two, super easy. Then you connect the device to your phone. It has all kinds of adapters here, so no matter what you have, you should be good. You open that app, and literally, with one touch, you start backing up all of those photos, which is a big help for people like me, because I got 15,000 photos in this thing. Also, not just about storage here. Think about all those old photos in your home, whether it's in an album like this, or just photos in a shoebox somewhere. There's a scan function on this app as well. So you literally can take one of those old pictures, use the app, scan it, and you'll never lose that image again. This does so much. It's absolutely amazing. No membership fees, no subscriptions, so it's super easy and will save you a lot of problems. And on top of that, 50% off. We have an amazing deal. Normally this would cost you $200. Today you get it for less than $100. So scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen or check us out online at ShopTVDeals.com. Back up those photos now. Don't lose it.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
It's 8:43 this morning, and it started out as a Portland hometown nonprofit and has since grown into one of the world's leading humanitarian agencies. Now, Mercy Corps is announcing some major changes to its identity. Joining me now in studio this morning is Mary Stata, the Chief Development Officer for Mercy Corps, which will soon be known as Prosper Global. So Mary, first off, thank you, for joining us. We know that this is a big change for you guys, so tell us a little bit about why you're going through this identity change.
Thanks for having me. It is a big moment for us as an organization. We've been proud to be Mercy Corps for over 40 years now, and now we're excited to be announcing this new identity and becoming Prosper Global.
And so we know a branding change like this for an organization with such a recognizable name is obviously a big decision for you guys. So what does the new name represent for your future as an organization's humanitarian work?
This really represents our core belief as an organization that we believe that when every community can prosper, all of humanity moves forward together. And we believe that communities around the world deserve to not just survive crises, but really to ultimately prosper into the future.
And so with your guys' focus on global outreach, we mentioned you guys were a Portland hometown organization to start. So how do you balance, trying to make an impact in global communities with still, remaining focused here on your Portland connections and those Portland ties?
Yeah, we're so proud of our Portland roots. We have so many incredible supporters here in the Pacific Northwest, and those relationships remain really critical for us. And we also know that our mission resonates with so many people in the Portland area. And again, that's why this is really a moment when we are recommitting to that mission and aligning it with a new identity that really speaks to our beliefs and with our purpose.
We know you guys will be helping a lot of people, not just here in Portland, but now globally as well. So thank you, Mary, very much for being here with us. And to learn more about the future of Prosper Global, you can visit mercycorps.org/prosper-global.
It is 8:45. We are headed up to the weather deck where we find Rodney Hill and some sun, and he's unzipping people.
Well, yeah, I'm getting a little loose here. Getting a little loose.
He's getting loose, people.
What a nice morning. I think this is, if you do the combo of it's not cold and it's sunny, I think this is the best day I've been up here so far this soon-to-be spring season. We're on the KGW weather deck, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. It looks like a pretty solid cloud deck looking to my north up toward Vancouver, but otherwise it's partly cloudy and really lovely. No wind, and the sun is making it feel pretty warm out already. All right, let's get you to it. Let's take you through what's going to be a gorgeous day. In a lot of ways today we'll end up rivaling what we did on Monday when we had temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. Right now, there's that fetch of moisture. See the solid cloud flow? That solid cloud deck, the southern edge, is the deck I'm seeing as I look up toward Vancouver. The rain is mainly to our north. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at that. We've had a touch of rain in Astoria this morning and Long Beach. Kelso, Longview, I'm not really sure if you've had some traces of rain or not. Right now it's mostly inland around Chehalis, and this rain up into Seattle will actually continue to move farther to the north during the day. So we have pretty much a dry day with warming temperatures. Tomorrow, there's at least a chance of some rain here in the North Valley, but even tomorrow the rain might stay to our north. The rain totals you're looking at here are primarily for that front that comes in on Friday. And notice a drastic difference between 7/10 of an inch of rain up around Astoria and Longview and only maybe as little as 1/10 of an inch of rain in Portland. So some rain likely on Friday, yes, but maybe not as wet as we thought it would be, or I thought it would be. Here's Seaside Live. Foggy out there over the Pacific waters, 52 degrees, but all dry. And we have another camera for you. Oh my goodness, stealing the show this morning, absolutely. The cherry blossoms in front of the state capitol in Salem, where it is sunny, and it is 44 degrees right now. Early morning numbers, not an issue temperature-wise. 50 up in Kelso, where it is overcast. Portland, partly sunny, and 51. Salem, we just saw the sunshine there. 39 down in Eugene. Did you notice over in Bend, it's already, was that 61? It was either 51 or 61 I saw. Central Oregon, good grief. These numbers, 79 in Madras and Bend and Sun River today, 74. It's going to be 70s across much of eastern Oregon today as well. Now here in the valley, we're talking about temperatures near to south of Salem hitting 70. This shows Corvallis at 71 degrees. Cloudiness more notable, and because of that, temperature is a little cooler up in southwest Washington today, but even up in Kelso, Longview, in the Vancouver side of the river, we're talking about temperatures warming up into the mid-60s. There's Battleground at 64 today, kind of a mostly cloudy to becoming partly sunny day in our 7-day forecast. Enjoy it. Today I've got Portland at 67 degrees, a shower chance tomorrow that may end up to our north. If so, we'd probably be warmer than 63. Some rain Friday, but maybe not that wet of a day, 60 the high. And then there's the dry first weekend of spring, Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the 50s. Okay, it is birthday time. All right, pretty good party today. It starts with Riley. I love that Riley is telling us a little bit about herself. She enjoys dancing, exploring, loves a good cheeseburger. Happy birthday to you, 5 today. Harrison is 6 today. Happy birthday to you. Looks like a fun spot there. And then we've got Emmett, who is 9 today, big Blazer fan with Blaze, obviously. Happy birthday. Mackenzie celebrating 14 years old. Happy birthday to you. Oscar, 18. That's a big one. Hope you have a really fun birthday today. And then we've got Jennifer, who is 40 today. Happy birthday to you. Christina, 51 years young. Happy birthday. And put your hands together. That's a fun picture there with the Joker, it looks like. And then put your hands together for, not the Joker. Who was that? It was somebody fun. Here's Elizabeth, who is 90 years young today. Happy birthday, Elizabeth. Hope you have a really fun day. I'm told Beetlejuice was the last picture. Thank you. All right, send us your photos to birthdays@kgw.com, and we will celebrate with you. Here comes Chris.
Rod, thanks for that. We take you live to Southeast Portland. I'll step out of the way. You can see PGE crews have their hands full dealing with down power lines and a utility pole on Southeast Division. This courtesy photojournalist Alyssa Taylor on the scene, and they still have some work to do. Portland police told us this crash happened early this morning around 3:30. No reported injuries. The police suggested that the drivers or people involved in this crash actually fled the scene early this morning. So we're working to get more details on that, but here's a live look right now. This is not far from Franklin High School. PGE reporting that it may be 10:30 or later before they get power restored in the area. So Division closed again in that vicinity, maybe Lincoln to the north or even Powell Boulevard to the south. Your best traffic solution to get around that. And of course, the FX2 Division line right now on TriMet not serving stops between 52nd and 71st because of that closure. We'll be right back.
I'm David Mulco, the evening anchor at KGW. Though when I'm not working, I like to spend as much time as possible out here in nature. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. You see, what happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to talk about it, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
In a wrap of our top stories this morning, in Beaverton, police are looking for more potential victims of a man accused of abusing minors. That's after a Washington County grand jury indicted 26-year-old Joshua Delago on 19 criminal counts involving 9 victims. Court documents say from 2019 to as recent as this month, he would hang out near Sunset High School, provide drugs including meth and marijuana to underage female students, and sexually abuse them. Anyone who may have had contact with him or information related to this case should contact Beaverton Police. Well, PDX has set up donation bins to support TSA workers who are working without pay during the partial government shutdown. Bins are set up at the main terminal near the stadium stairs. They're collecting non-perishable food, household essentials, and gift cards worth $25 or less. However, they are not taking things like cash, clothing, or large household items. And officials say the expected cost for the Interstate Bridge project is now $14.4 billion. It's a major jump from the original estimate of $3.4 billion in 2013 and later $6 billion in 2023. Leaders say replacement has to happen amid growing safety concerns, warning that delaying any longer will only make the cost go up even more. The completion date has also been pushed back to 2045. 67
degrees out there, partly sunny skies today. Really nice weather. Some of you will hit 70. Shower chance, a dry weekend.
We're taking you back live to Southeast 61st and Division, where a car took out a utility pole around 3:30 this morning. No word on any injuries. Portland police telling us the drivers or people involved in that crash actually fled the scene. The road, though, is still blocked. PGE having to put a new utility pole or two in. Power is still out in the area. PGE reporting that this may be a 10:30 or later turn on to the electricity in that area. Division closed. Maybe use Powell Boulevard as your solution for now.
And before we let you go, an exciting moment for sci-fi fans. The trailer for Dune Part 3 is out. The film stars Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and Robert Pattinson. It's based on the 1969 novel Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert and is the final film in the franchise. The release date is December 18th at the end of this year. I've not seen either of the first two.
No. I saw the original when I was a kid. And it freaked me out. It was like the big worms coming out of the sand, and it was cool though. The remakes there's a lot to them.
I'm a big sci-fi. Sci-fi.
No
guy.
for you.
No.
Hey, a reminder that you can watch Sunrise every day live exclusively here on KGW Plus, starting at 7 o'clock. We also have another half hour of news at 12:30 and 5:30 right here on Plus. We hope to see you then.